Okay, YouTubers, I'm going straight into a bucket of joint compound here. Straight into a bucket of joint compound. I'm going to load up. This is a very, it's a textured roller. It's used for paint and to give yourself right on here. Hang on. Hang on here. Hold the fort here. Okay. We're putting it right on the ceiling here. Look how it's going on here. Now I'm rolling it out in both directions. Back and forth. Now next to it, you can see a section, that's where I'm putting it on. And you could see a section that I did the day before. And it's already dried. And I'm surprised how nicely it meets up with a portion I've done before. Here's by the skylight. Perhaps the video gives you a better shot here of what it looks like. That's the knockdown, what it's going to look like, the aftermath. And that's the way it's going to be here. And here, we're going to show you again. You just go right into the bucket. I started with the tray pan, but when you dip it in the tray pan, your tray pan's going to move all over the place. And it's just better to just go straight into the bucket. Here we're going to go right on the wall. I'll show you straight onto the wall. And then what you want to do is be consistent. So don't have two people doing it, because you're going to have two different kinds of texture. You want one texture for your whole job. And you see, this is a textured roller. You get them in Lowe's or your Home Depot or whatever hardware store nearby. So you put it on consistently so it's tacky. The same consistency. Now this is the done part here. It's going to roll right up next to the done part. Now we're going to show you how to knock it down. It's so simple. You just take a nice white trowel or knife and you just swoop. Go. That's it. You just swoop along. Yeah, let's get a better shot here. Just swoop along there. And you just simply take that joint compound and you're just knocking it down, flattening up the high spots there. And that's all there is to knock down. It's not a big deal. It's just a texture you're putting on a wall or a ceiling. We're going with the texture all the way down the ceiling. And we're going to match it up to the dry part where we started. And you'll be surprised how it dries in and looks the same. So that's knockdown. It's not complicated. It's not hard. Don't make it that way. Do it your own way, like I said in the beginning. And you'll have a nice textured wall, look nice. Okay, YouTubers. I rolled out a nice big area, and I'm going to show you. I just kind of massaged it in there over and over until I had like a consistent texture, kind of like the same size waves of the joint compound. And the joint compound, I did not dilute it with water. It's straight out of the bucket. And this is from the last swipe I did. You see I got joint compound on there? I got a messy ass pair of pants on. And I cleaned up the knife. You got to have a nice clean edge on your knife. So I'm going to show you the knockdown again. Now, if you do large areas, part of it's going to start drying on you. So when you do your knockdown, you want to use a little more pressure on the parts that's drier. So go right into the corner like that, and just, and just like Bob Ross says, I think funny little noises help. And we're knocking it down there. Let's see. All the way down, nice big area. And here we go in our loft. Now, primarily the knockdown is used for ceilings, and I use it in ceilings. I'll tell you why, because knockdown hides a multitude of sins. If your joints aren't perfect, you got the knockdown there, and it's giving you that texture. Look at that texture. Isn't that beautiful? How it sticks up and goes down. And I thought in the loft that might look very nice. Even though it's on the ceiling, went all the way down the walls with it. And like I said, each time, clean up your knife edge, because you don't want those the waste in there. It's not going to look nice. Like I said, do it your own way, or do one hand. If you got two guys on the job, let one guy roll it out, let the other guy knock it down. Okay, here's another tip. We're loading that up, loading that roller up. Really thick, look at that. I mean, that is joint compound to the max. I'm working this corner here. I'm getting it in. I'm working this corner, and I'm piling it in there. Really, really thick, because I want to make sure my corner's covered there good. Right in that corner. And then I was kind of lazy on the sanding in that corner, and the corner's going to look nice. I did the top here, but the ceiling's getting knocked down, and the walls are getting knocked down, and it's really making the whole job look nicer and easier. Easier work on this old man. So once you get it on there, keep rolling it out till you got small waves. You see the waves look big. You want your waves to get smaller, like I got right here on the ceiling there. I don't know if you can see it too good there. See, it's smaller. See smaller waves there. These waves are like bigger. So you keep rolling it out. And you want to really get it in there, into that wallboard. Or really get in that wallboard. Massage it in there with your roller. Get right into the corners. Pile it into the corners there. And you want to seal your corners between the ceiling and the roof. And then once you get it in there good, you got to finish off your other side there. Get your small waves. And then your corner, you got to massage the corner there. You're using the roller to really massage this joint compound into the wall. Now, on the ceiling part, I recommend you use a primer on there and make sure it stays on the ceiling good, because you don't want your ceiling falling down, especially on a space like this. We're about like 27 feet high here up to the ceiling, so it's a lot of work. If you can't get put a platform in here like I did, once the loft is in here, you'd have to work off the loft, which would be lower. I'm on a platform up to the top of the ceiling. Now I'm ready to knock it down. Here we go. Just leave the video running, and Alex will do the editing. And here, I'm up here. I'm going to come from the bottom, this corner here. Get it right into your edge, and just it's nice. You just want to knock down the top. That's why it's called knockdown. There it is. Just take your knife edge and you knock it down. Now it needs a little repair there. Oops, I didn't like it. See, I didn't clean my knife edge good, and I got some clumpy material on there. I'm going to clean up this knife edge, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And I think I messed it up because I'll show you. You see, I kind of got streaks there. So you know what you do? Just come in there and just roll it over again. You know what? This is, you can do over and over again if you're happy with it. You're happy with it, you roll. You go on, you move on. So here we go. We're gonna get back in there again. It's kind of hard to do this in video too. My cameraman is out today. So there, I knocked it down. And I see you got a little knife edge there. Don't be afraid, you can come in and you can knock down the other direction. You can come in this way. Where are you? Just come in and knock down the other direction. And you want to avoid those lines. The edge of your knife is going to give you lines. And keep cleaning your knife. If you don't want to use dirty pants, get yourself a rag. And you see I got a little bump there, that edge. It's going to knock it down this way. Come across the other way. And knock it down both directions. This stuff here, underneath there, it's hard to see. It dried up a little. So what you got to do, if it's drying up a little on you, just use a little more pressure. Just use a little more pressure on your knife. And you can knock it down. Don't worry about it if it's drying up a little bit. It'll still look nice. And don't worry about what direction you're going in here. This is your job. Do it your way. And you go right into the edge. Get tight into the edge and just pull it down. Right into that edge. Pull it down. Right in that edge. Pull it down. There you go. Up. And get in there tight enough. Right in that edge. Pull it down. Right into that edge this way. This way. And that way. To my corner. Oh, look. You see that? Big clump? I'm going to see if I can fix it, come down the other way. No, I got another clump. You see the streaks? You don't want that. That's not desirable. So I'm going to try coming across again. Now, if that don't go out, just come back. Grab your roller. Roll it over again. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. That's what they say now. Here, it's a little weak over here too. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. You just roll it out again. Get yourself some nice little waves going on there with your textured roller. Let your board-in-laws. And you do it your own way. As long as it's the same way. That's why I like to say, if you got two guys, one guy does one job, the other guy does the other job. If you're by yourself, you do it all the same way. So we're gonna clean up the edge of the knife real good. And we're just gonna come down. It seems like coming down is easier. And now we're gonna come out of the corner there. Right out of the corner. And you can see highs and lows. That's all it's about. It's just highs and lows. Right? And it's pretty consistent. Even where I met up with the dry part met the wet part, it even matches up real nice. You don't have to worry. There it is on the skylight. You can get a better look maybe. That's what it looks like on the skylight. And it's my skylight. And YouTubers, at the end of your job, make sure you clean up your knives real good, because these babies rust up real easy. Make sure you clean and dry them really well. And look at that empty bucket, good to the last drop. Get everything you can out of there. Now, if I hadn't finished I haven't finished the bucket of drywall plaster, or joint compound rather. If I hadn't finished the bucket, whatever's left in there, I'll cover the top of it about 2 or 3 inches of water, and then I'll come back the next time I want to use it. It's going to be fine. And I washed the sides of the bucket there, and so there's just nothing but water and clean edges there, and then I'm not going to have clumps of joint compound in my job. So that's how you keep the joint compound overnight. Cover it about 2 or 3 inches of water, and the next day you just come back in there, throw a dry sponge on there, and soak it up, squeeze it out into your water bucket. and then you can restart if you like. But really, if you just give it a little start with the knife, you don't have to get the mixing thing in there with the drill. So that's how you keep your drywall nice, your joint compound nice. So, didn't your daddy tell you to take care of your tools? This knife I've had for years, and I followed my brother's advice. If you're done with them, clean them, dry them real good. You won't get rust on them. If you get that rust on them, it's going to be in your job, your next job, for sure. So keep your tools clean, and you'll make nice stuff with it. And here's another shot I want to show you of the texture on the wall, on an angle where it's wet. Over there where it's dry, and from down below, and you can see what it's like from a distance. You look at a wall and you just see texture on it. Like I said, it hides a multitude, and there it is over there on that side. You see up there by a lantern. The texture hides a multitude of sins. Okay, let me show you something here, YouTubers, about the knockdown. This is someone else's knockdown. It was done on my house. And I want to show you this guy. He had a heavy hand with the knockdown. He knocked it down a lot more than the way I do mine. So I want to show you an example of not having two hands on the job. You want one guy doing a knockdown. If you're going to have two people, you're going to have two different ceilings, two different areas. It's going to look funny. So I just want to show you this. You have one person do it, and you'll have consistency.